We'll begin this morning's meeting of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session agenda with Pledge of Allegiance led this morning by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if I could get an approval of the minutes of the January 9th, 2017 organizational meeting, the minutes of the January 3rd and January 10th, 2017 general session, and the minutes of the January 5th, 2017 briefing session.
So move.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved.
All right, before we get started this morning, I wanted to take just a second to acknowledge some of the things that have been going on here recently in our country, and including here in Columbus with the recent ban on immigrants and visitors from certain countries around the world, and based on both their religious views and their nation of origin. We believe, obviously, these are un-American bans, and they affect many of our residents here in Franklin County. We're going to be issuing a statement this afternoon, and we will be hosting a meeting on Friday of many of the agencies that serve our refugees and immigrants here. It's going to be spearheaded by Commissioner Boyce. We've been working with our immigrant communities and refugee communities here in Franklin County since at least since I've become a commissioner in 2009, and we are going to see what we can't do to continue to work with our new American neighbors. My grandparents moved here about 100 years ago from County Mayo, Ireland, so I'm only a generation removed from being an immigrant myself. Many of us in this room are only a generation or two from being an immigrant, and in the same boat as many of these folks that have been affected by the President's recent executive order. This country gave my family a chance to work hard and to build this country into what it's become, and that's all that anyone's asking for, and that's all that these folks are asking for themselves. And so Franklin County is a proudly diverse place, and it's always been a welcoming place. We're a stronger nation because of our immigrant population and our immigrant neighbors. And so here in Franklin County, we're going to continue to work with all of them to help to continue to build this community, to make it continue to become the great place that it is. So thank you for allowing us a moment this morning, and we will then continue on with our agenda. The Domestic Relations Court.
Resolution number 47-17, resolution authorizing a one-year contract with court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County in the amount of $359,200.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director with the Court. With me this morning is Kathy Kerr, the Executive Director of CASA. This resolution is requesting the renewal of a contract with the court-appointed special advocates of Franklin County. CASA provides volunteers and attorneys to serve as guardian ad litem on abuse, neglect, dependency cases. This contract represents an increase of $93,517, which will allow CASA to provide additional services to youth. I'd like to turn it over to Kathy to talk a little bit more about the CASA program.
Great.
Good morning, Commissioners, and thank you for allowing me a couple minutes here to talk a little bit more about CASA. As you all know, CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates, and as you know, the Ohio law says that any abused or neglected child has to have a guardian ad litem, someone that speaks for them in court, and that is what CASA is all about. We work with volunteers from the community that we train, and then they can work with these children and be their voice in court. And basically, if we don't have our volunteers, we don't have a program. And so one of the things that I would like to share, if I could, is the fact that we always are looking for volunteers. We have 3 major classes, training classes a year. And so if anyone is interested in, has a passion to work with these children that have been abused and neglected, there's about 3,000 in Franklin County, 2,700 to 3,000 children a year that are under Franklin County Children's Services and in the court system because their parents are struggling, maybe addiction issues, mental health issues, but the children have been abused.
Kathy,
So we
how do-
speak for the children.
How do folks reach out to get in touch with your organization if they want to volunteer?
If anyone is interested, CASA of Franklin County, you can go to our website, casacolumbus.org, would probably be the best way. We're particularly in need of men. Half the children we serve, which are about 850 a year, are little boys. And it's about 8 hours of your time a month. And the difference between CASA and getting a court-appointed attorney, our volunteers only work with one case. Where attorneys, that's their living, and they may have 40 or 50, but we only work with one case. And so because of that, the county commissioners and the courts expect us to take the most challenging ones. And if we have the right volunteers, we can certainly help each one of these children have a brighter future.
So
Kathy, is there a phone number in case somebody doesn't have access to computer?
Yes. Obviously 614, and then the Main County 525, and then our direct number is 7450.
Thank you.
CASAcolumbus.org or 614-525-7450.
50. It's our main number.
And then you also mentioned some dates the other day in briefing of some events that you have coming up. Do you want to talk about those briefly?
Yes. One event that we're really excited about this year is a brand new event, and it's called an Artie Party. And what that is going to be is children in Franklin County doing art projects that will benefit abused and neglected children. And so we're really excited about that. It's going to be May 5th, Friday, May 5th, and that will be all over our website, all the details. And then, as you know, every year we have a major signature event called Speak Up for Children, and it's a big breakfast. It's free, and we're able to share some testimonials and share more about CASA, and that's going to be Friday, September 15th. So if anyone's interested, we'd love for people to check us out.
Great. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kevin, you
Oh, sorry, I was writing a note. Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 47-17 has been adopted.
Thank you so much for your
Thanks, guys.
support. You've been great supporters of CASA for many, many years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 48-17, resolution authorizing a one-year contract with NetCare Corporation for various psychological services in the amount of $167,000.
This resolution is requesting a contract renewal with NetCare that provides the psychological evaluations that have been ordered by the court. The rates for this contract have remained the same as last year. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 48-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 49-17, resolution authorizing a one-year contract with Forum Ohio LLC for various psychological services in the amount of $88,000.
This resolution is also requesting a renewal of a contract with Forum Ohio that provides the psychological evaluations that have been ordered by the court. The rates for this contract also remain the same as last year. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 49-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks. The Sheriff's Department.
Resolution number 50-17, resolution supporting the Sheriff's Office to continue as lead agency in the countywide DUI task force and the approval of contracts with 23 member agencies participating on the countywide DUI task force in the amount of $224,574.05.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution does support the Sheriff's Office to continue as a lead agency on the countywide DUI task force in order to help reduce alcohol-related traffic accidents through sobriety checkpoints and saturation patrols. It will include the administration, implementation, and oversight of a $224,000 grant. Second portion of the resolution approves the contracts required by the state for other law enforcement agencies that are participating on the task force. There are 23 contracts that will be approved with the passage of this resolution, and this will be the 11th year that the Sheriff's Office is filling the role of grant administrator. Pending any questions, ask approval of this resolution.
So Dave, this sets up DUI task forces, or DUI checkpoints for basically throughout the entirety of 2017.
It'll be for, the grant actually runs on the federal fiscal year, so it actually started, October 1st. So it'll run through September 30th, and then, so more or less, yes, we expect this to continue well into the future, so that's correct, yes.
Good. Okay.
Move for passage.
I'll second, and I have a question about the success in reducing alcohol and driving use. You said you've been doing this for 11 years. Do you have any data that shows it's actually working to do these checkpoints?
I don't have it with me. I can definitely get the statistics and send it to you.
That would be great for us to see.
I do the,
how it actually does reduce. I mean, you would think it would, but.
Right. I can, I will inquire with our patrol division and find out the statistics of what they are actually accomplishing with the grant. I mean, I do know that when they have these sobriety checkpoints, I mean, they're able to at least find one, maybe two impaired drivers on an evening, somebody with an outstanding warrant, and then the saturation patrols that they do throughout the county, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, they're able to, you know, typically make an arrest for, you know, one or two vehicles as well, so.
Do you get people into treatment, or does somebody at the jail get somebody into a treatment program rather than after the arrest comes?
That's a very good question, and I will inquire about that. I do know that we have.
It's an interesting thing now that we're doing so much to divert people from the jails, and it just hit me as we're doing this contract.
We do have AA programs in the jail that they are participating in, so I will get more information and definitely provide that to you here in the near future.
As we're doing these contracts, how we're actually doing the reduction piece.
Well, it's also an awareness. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, these things go out. You don't just do these. You guys alert the media.
Right, there's a
Right.
requirement to do that,
Sure.
correct.
Yeah, so they're, you know, it's a community awareness.
Right, and I'm not suggesting it's a bad thing to do. I'd just like to know if we're actually doing something that reduces the use of alcohol and driving. I mean, that'd be a good thing.
Great.
The only thing I'd add there is that, you know, I've had an opportunity to tour and look at learning about our jail facilities in our current situation, and learning about the new jail that we're in the process of building. What I understand, there are a lot of opportunities for us to address a lot of the non-violent criminal acts in a treatment or programmatic way based on this new facility setup. And so I think this, you know, this is an example of connected to the new jailhouse, where we're going to really have an opportunity to help citizens more than just incarcerate them and have them pay a penalty for violating crimes or violating the law. So
Absolutely.
Yes, programming is definitely one of the high points of the new facility, to, you know, set up as many programming opportunities for the inmates while they're there to help with, you know, recidivism and things of that nature, so.
yeah, thanks.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 50-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Well, this is exactly the place to have come on up, Ron, have the conversation, we'll have a larger conversation about it later, but, you know, we're building a jail as opposed to a prison. And so programming is key, in terms of, you know, things of this nature, because we're not housing these people for, you know, long term. These are short term folks, so you're right, you're absolutely correct. So, anyway, we'll talk about it later as we do more of this, so. Good morning, the treasurer, how are you this
Good
morning?
morning, Commissioners. My name is Ron Hagan, Franklin County Treasurer. With me is Emily Perkins, our Director of the Investments area. We are
Resolution number 51-17, resolution authorizing a contract with United American Capital Corporation for investment advisory services in the amount of $126,250.
Thank you. Too anxious here. We're asking for an increase in the term of 1 year on this contract. They've done a great job working with Emily, and can't say enough how much we've looked forward to improving and continuing the improvement of our investments.
Well, you have a great team, and I know that I've known Mr. Jacobosi and Mr. Klingel for 35 years. They're consummate professionals. These guys are great at what they do, and they have a fantastic reputation, so this is a good contract.
If there are no further questions or comments, move for passage.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 51-17 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
It's February 1st tomorrow, Ron. It's the season. Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 52-17, resolution authorizing a contract with Stantec Consulting Services Incorporated for floodplain review in the amount of $25,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Matt Brown, Planning Administrator for the Economic Development Planning Department. This resolution is requesting authorization of a contract with Stantec Consulting Services to provide floodplain review services for the Economic Development Planning Department in the unincorporated areas of Franklin County. A request for qualifications was issued by the Franklin County Purchasing Department in 2016 for a floodplain review consultant, and 2 qualifications were submitted. Our evaluation determined that Stantec Consulting Services is best able to provide the services requested. The recommended contract amount has been budgeted and is not to exceed $25,000. The contract will be for 1 year with the option to extend for 4 additional 1-year periods. Pending any questions, staff requests your approval of the resolution.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 52-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Child Support Enforcement.
Resolution number 53-17, resolution authorizing a 4D contract with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $321,883.68.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lori Torriero, Assistant Director for the Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency. This is our annual interagency contract authorized by Section 4D of the Social Security Act of 1974. The Sheriff's Office provides, or we contract with the Sheriff's Office for 2 Sheriff's deputies and a part-time clerical person to serve our civil capias and criminal warrants for obligors who are not compliant with their order. Pending any questions, I'd request your approval.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 53-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lori. Human Resources.
Resolution number 54-17, resolution authorizing the settlement of workers' compensation claim against the county by Mary Letner in the amount of $5,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Young, representing Human Resources, and with me today is Risk Manager Jerry Bauer, and he'll take you through the first resolution.
Good morning, Commissioners. This resolution closes out former employees' workers' compensation claims. Pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Abstain.
Resolution number 54-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 55-17, resolution authorizing a contract with Optum Rx PBM of Illinois Incorporated to provide pharmacy benefit manager services for members of the Franklin County Cooperative Health Improvement Program in the amount of $750,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jody Leese, HR Benefits and Wellness Office. This resolution would authorize a 39-month contract extension with Optum Rx for pharmacy benefit management services. It also converts our existing contract to one leveraging a group purchasing agreement through Employers Health. The group purchasing agreement is expected to provide us some significant savings of upwards of $3 million a year as a result of lower administrative fees, deeper discounts, and improved rebates. We also benefit from the oversight of Employers Health as it pertains to this group purchasing agreement, in that they conduct an annual claims audit, and I think probably the most important piece as a result of the ever-changing landscape in the pharmacy industry is every year they do a market check, and they will renegotiate the terms of the contract with Optum to make sure that we are getting the best deal that's available out there. And I might add that this is all being implemented without any member disruption.
Thank you.
I know that that was very important to you all.
Thank you.
No pharmacy network changes, no formulary changes, clinical management programs remain the same, our co-pays remain the same, even our ID cards remain the same. So both purchasing and the prosecutor's office have thoroughly vetted the contract documents that you will be asked to sign, and pending any questions, I request passage of this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 55-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Resolution number 56-17, resolution approving personnel actions.
Following personnel actions this week: Child Support Enforcement Agency, 1 temporary work level extended. Job and Family Services, we have 1 new hire, 4 promotions, 2 temporary work level, 1 lateral class change, 1 name change, 1 leave of absence, 1 deceased, and 2 resignations. Purchasing Department, we have 1 resignation. Pending any questions, request approval of the resolution.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 56-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Purchasing Department.
Resolution number 57-17, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $5,933,341.04.
Good morning, Commissioners. Carl Cusper, representing the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 171 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as availability funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, we recommend their approval.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 57-17 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 58-17, resolution to designate the official representative and alternate for the purpose of voting at the annual meeting of the County Commissioner Association of Ohio in 2017.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. This is the annual resolution designating voting member and alternate to CCO's annual meeting. Pending any questions, would recommend approval.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Resolution number 58-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 59-17, resolution authoring the renewal agreement for the local workforce development area memorandum of understanding for state fiscal year 2017.
Commissioners, this is the second MOU in a row for state fiscal year 2017 that extends the terms of the original MOU from 2014-2015 with all the various actors and players involved in our workforce activities. This extension is so that we can continue to reform and update the system as we transition to the new Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act that was enacted back in 2014. So pending any questions, would recommend approval of this MOU.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 59-17 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Resolution number 60-17, resolution appointing members to the Franklin County Criminal Justice Planning Board.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson on behalf of the Franklin County Homeland Security and Justice Programs. The Criminal Justice Planning Board is responsible for system-wide justice planning, as you know, which includes development and maintenance of the Comprehensive Strategic Justice Plan, which helps to outline a variety of our key initiatives. From this plan, we're better able to allocate resources, including those received from the state and federal justice grants, determine training and technical assistance needs. Per ORC, membership includes a majority of the local elected officials and representatives from justice organizations. The term of the appointments are for 1 year. We are recommending the composition remain largely the same with the addition of 3 new appointments to replace outgoing membership. Specifically, Frankie Nolan from COWIC, replacing Suzanne Coleman-Tolbert, Judge Michael Holbrook from Common Pleas Court, replacing Judge Stephen McIntosh, and Sheriff Dallas Baldwin, replacing former Sheriff Zach Scott. Pending any questions, we present to you the recommended composition for the 2017 Criminal Justice Planning Board.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 60-17 has been adopted. Resolution number 61-17, resolution appointing members to the Franklin County Community Corrections Planning Board.
Commissioners, the Homeland Security and Justice Programs is not the administrative agency to the Community Corrections Planning Board. However, I would consider us the sister agency as the 2 boards meet concurrently. Similar to the Criminal Justice Planning Board, the Community Corrections Planning Board is responsible for local community corrections, including their funding planning. Membership is detailed per the ORC, and the composition is largely the same as that of the Criminal Justice Planning Board. Again, the composition recommended before you reflects the same 3 changes. Pending any questions, we present to you the recommendations for the 2017 Community Corrections Planning Board.
Move for passage.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Resolution number 61-17 has been adopted.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Thank you. Antoine, do we have any journalizations today? All right, being no journalizations, that concludes our business. We'll see everybody next week.